What's up, guys? It's the Realist Rantman YouTube channel, and I've changed my name from the Chelsea Rantman to the Realist Rantman. And today I'm going to be talking about why I think, actually I'm going to explain why I think therapy and antidepressants and all these mental health hotlines are overrated. Now, don't get me wrong, bloody nose is blocks. Um, the reason why I'm uploading this video is simply because it generally annoys me how so many people tell you to be positive. You know, they think that you're just living in delusion when they're the delusional ones, right? They're the ones who can't see the world for what it truly is, you know. And I feel like therapists are a lot like that. You know, like the last therapist I did hypnotherapy about a year and a half ago, or started about a year and a half ago. And I remember all she was saying for about 8, 9 sessions non-stop was just think about the positive. No, oh, this is what happened to you. This what happened to you. This what caused you to be this way. This what caused you to be this way. None of that. Just be positive. And she was fully qualified, by the way. And I paid £50 a fucking hour for this shit. What a rip-off. What a waste of money. You know what I mean? I mean, I am possibly getting CBT soon, but the waiting list where I am is an absolute rip-off, right? I've been waiting 3 years, right, for CBT, and there's still, what, 6 to 12 months? 6 to 12 months, right? 6 to 12 bloody months before I actually get that therapy. Like, why? Like, do you know what I mean? And the thing is, the place that I've been signed up at it's been known to be corrupt. They actually almost shut it down at one point. You know, and I remember going there, right? And I remember them giving me a leaflet, right? Saying, here's ways to prevent self-harm. Use a bloody elastic band. How is that going to make a difference? The only reason why, I'm going to be honest, I have self-harmed several times. A lot of it's mostly just choosing to and using it as an easy coping mechanism, right? Almost like for attention, really. But there have been times where I have purely done it, not to kill myself, but done it because I can't deal with things, right? And let me tell you, I've tried the elastic band thing, and it's absolute useless. Now, it might work for someone else, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't try it, because I'm not trying to promote people to hurt themselves. I'm not trying to promote people trying to kill themselves. That's not what I'm trying to promote. I just think the mental health industry or the health industry in general, it's extremely corrupt, and it's just about making money, right? Like the way they try and shove antidepressants down your throat. You know, each time you go to a doctor's, it's always, here's an antidepressant, you'll get better. I'm like, depends. Depends. Does it make you feel better? Because I took antidepressants and they messed up my sexual function, right? So because I couldn't ejaculate as much, I wasn't getting as many hard-ons. My sleep didn't improve, my OCD didn't improve, my anxiety didn't improve, my ADHD symptoms, my hyperactivity didn't improve. None of it improved. I even upped the dose, still didn't improve. Took it for 8 weeks non-stop. Still didn't improve. Went off it, got worse a little bit. And that's another thing as well. When you take antidepressants, you actually, long term, you actually are very high risk of getting really bad side effects from it. But you can't take them forever because they're not good for you. You know, they might make you out. They're good short term, but long term, they're not good. You know, and to be fair, antidepressants, probably unless you take them with therapy, are kind of useless. But that's another thing with therapists as well that really annoys me, is I feel like most therapists, it's almost like they don't actually want to get to the root cause of things. Like the therapist I had never got to the root cause of things. She literally just said, be positive. Telling someone like me to be positive is like telling Kurt Cobain to stop injecting heroin into his ball sack. Like, come on. Like it's like telling Russell Brand to stop being a sex addict. And I don't think he's not a sex addict anymore, is he, Russell Brand? Do you know what I mean? Get to the root cause of things first. But I don't know. I don't know what my root cause is. I had someone comment saying, you don't seem like you have autism. You seem like you have borderline personality disorder. And I was like, do I? So like, possibly, I mean, obviously this is just some random comment, so I haven't taken it like super seriously. But some of the symptoms I do have. And I never really thought of it until now. But I don't want to go to the doctors because then I don't want them to shove pills down my throat. Do you know what I mean? I don't want them just to give me a bunch of antidepressants and just tell me to fuck off. I want to get to the root cause of things. This is why I hate the mental health team. They act like they care. They give you all these shitty leaflets telling you this is how you prevent self-harm when it actually doesn't even bloody work anyway. It's absolute fucking useless. For most people, I'm sure there are people that it has helped. And if you are watching and it's helped, that's great. But for me, it hasn't. You know, at the end of the day, this channel isn't about inspiring others. It's about relating people that are in similar circles to what I am. You know, I see so many bloody people, especially religious people, just say, you need Jesus Christ, you need Jesus Christ. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't care. You know what I mean? I guess some people are just trying to help, you know, and if there are people who are trying to help, and if there are people commenting, you know, right now, as I'm, you know, explaining this to you, you know, that's great. You know, that's great. You know, I appreciate the help. I might not agree with everything you guys say, but at least you're trying to help. You know, if there are trolls, I will delete the comments as well. But because what's the point of them being there? Like, do you know what I mean? If anything, giving them attention is what they want. You delete the so they don't. Anyway, so yeah, like it's all just useless. All these leaflets for me anyway, all these leaflets telling you to, you know what I mean, telling you to use elastic bands to prevent self-harm. You know, all these waiting lists that the NHS has right now, and I think that's for multiple reasons. I think the healthcare industry the NHS has been massively underfunded, right? Because if you are American, right, and there aren't nearly as many American viewers now as there are British viewers, they won't understand what the NHS is. Basically, what the NHS is, guys, if you are American or Canadian, it's a free healthcare system, right? It's not the capitalist healthcare system that you guys have where you have to pay an absolute fortune, right? At least the waiting list I'm on, I don't have to pay for it. That's why when there is... I've just farted. If there is, if there is therapy, at least it's free here, right? But I have paid for private therapy and it was hypnotherapy and it was absolute useless. But then it wasn't CBT. So I don't know, right? At the end of the day, I think what I'm trying to say is if you do therapy, don't expect amazing results from it. But if it does work, that's great. You know, just think of it as 50-50. Just see, you know what I mean? If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's not your fault. You know, don't beat yourself up. It's not your fault if the healthcare industry is massively underfunded, is massively undereducated, and simply putting it, it's just a bunch of full of shills and charlatans trying to make money from you. You know, and yes, we have a free healthcare system, but these people, these so-called free therapists, are still doing their job. So don't expect them to solve your miracles. You know what I mean? I certainly, the therapist I had certainly didn't. You know, all these leaflets that tell you to prevent self-harm, even though they barely work, or at least they haven't worked for me. You know, the antidepressants just give you a bunch of side effects. They mess up your hormones. They don't really make a difference to your, or at least to my OCD and ADHD. And then all the things like weed, LSD, psilocybin mushrooms that have been shown in small studies, mostly anecdotal, but some trials. I can't remember what study it was, but I think it was like 80% of people who took shrooms experience a decrease in anxiety and depression symptoms. But unfortunately, here in the UK, they're illegal. You can't get them anywhere. So until they become legal, I can't take them, right? Unfortunately. And obviously, I don't just promote people to go out there and get drugs either. You know, you're obviously, you know, but yeah, and like all these suicide hotlines that tell you, you know, like all these Samaritans that say they care and all that, they don't care about you. It's their job, you know. I think you've got to be, you know, I guess you've got to be a tough person to deal with that sort of thing. But like suicide hotlines, I think for most people who work at these suicide hotlines don't actually care. You know, end of the day, I remember the Pointless Rat Race channel. He was saying that, you know, all these people, they say they care, but they truly don't care. You know what I mean? All these mental health people don't care. It's a job to them. You know what I mean? It's just a way of making money. You know what I mean? Like, that's all they care about. And I'm sure there are therapists and people that care, but I just feel like most people don't. Most of these people, most doctors, most nurses, most therapists, most pharmacists, they don't truly care. They don't care about your mental health. You know what I mean? They don't care. Because it's just easy money for them, you know, especially in America, but even here in the UK. So, yeah, that's all I pretty much got to say, really. The whole mental health, the whole healthcare system, especially when it comes to mental health, is awful. You know, all the Samaritans, obviously they might help some people, right? I'm not saying they don't help everyone, but I feel like overall as a whole, they're just not good enough, and there are many possible solutions. I mean, how can you be positive and awakened and a realist? How can you be positive while being a realist at the same time in a world and society especially that's depressing? You know, how can you? How? You know what I mean? But anyway, that's pretty much all I've got. This isn't the best video because I don't really know what to upload. If you want me to do a video topic and talk about something, the last video I made about Buddhism has got a lot of hate or a lot of disagreement, so be it. But yeah, if you want me to do another video topic, feel free to put it in the comments. I'm not going to do another one about religion because I don't care about religion. Even the Buddhism one, I was kind of near. Really, I was just rambling on. I was, you know, I did like 5 minutes of research and that was about it, really. But yeah, if you liked, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, a good comment, or at least a well thought out comment. If it is a troll comment, I will delete it. And yeah, and peace.